What the fuck, Over?
Go. Welcome back to another episode of Inside a Hero's Mind.
Still worrying about that guy. Still worrying about him. So you wanted to talk about our fourth place?
We are in our fourth place.
Mm-hmm.
We started in an undisclosed location the first time. Second episode, we did it in the shed.
Yeah.
Tried an episode at our dining room table. That one had to not even be used because
that was a shame. That was a good.
that was a good episode.
It was.
But you couldn't hear either of us because we were talking like that.
Something like that.
And then we've done the past on our couch.
Right, the
But
couch
it's-
cast.
Yeah.
Not a casting couch.
No,
which Hollywood is Harvey Weinstein. Harvey is his name, or Harvey?
Mhm.
Harvey Weinstein.
And in a darker edge of film is a thing too
It is. Yeah.
in the adult industry.
Okay. But we did the couch cast instead of podcast. I guess I'd like to say.
I think we should just keep that word out of what we're doing.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And then now it's nice out. It's about what, 60 degrees?
I would say it's about 60 degrees. Yeah.
And so we decided to come outside. The lighting's a little better.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is our best lit episode so far.
Yeah.
We'll see in post-production. But
Post-production. I wish I knew how to do that.
I could teach you if you were willing to learn. That would make this a lot easier if I could have two people working on this.
Oh, really? I'll put my 2 cents in where you need it.
I don't need 2 cents.
Oh.
I need effort.
You need 100% in there. Okay. Not 2%. All right.
Yeah. So I like it out here.
I do too. Hopefully we want to start working on this weekend. What do we want to start working on?
Phone calls.
Yeah.
Getting
yeah.
a third person in. I've got a few people from college that I'd like to get on.
One's overseas.
One's overseas right now.
I'd like to hear from him.
One's a reporter in Wisconsin. And
Ooh, I'd like to hear from him too.
One's a reporter in Evansville, Indiana.
I don't know about that guy. No, I'm serious.
And
Just
and another one works in Colorado, in the Denver area.
Colorado's nice. I like to listen to what he has to say about things.
And then I've got a few other friends and people that I'd like to get on. And I know you'd like to have a few people on.
Yeah, I keep talking about my brother Paul up in Wisconsin. He's texted me a couple of things this morning. I'd like to get him on here. I think it'd be interesting.
I think him and Captain Pitt.
We can get. He's a lieutenant.
Lieutenant
colonel.
Colonel.
That's all right. We get him on here. Maybe even my sister and your sister.
I think if we get Amanda on, that would be a lot of fun.
I think Amanda would really.
I think she'd flourish in this
she would.
side of technology,
She
even
did.
though she's also technologically challenged.
Yeah, but she's got her opinions on a lot of things, which I think is interesting for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
How's your exercise going?
Oh, well, thank you for asking.
Of course, I'm a concerned son.
It sucks.
All about your health.
This morning I did my push-ups. I could only do 19. I threw those out there. I was sad. Somebody said, I think it was Sergeant Zaliker said I was still a badass. And I told her I was bad, and people have called me an ass, so I guess that would literally put me out as a badass.
What a sense of humor you have.
I am a funny guy, and that's because I have a face made for radio.
Well, now you don't. You've got a face for YouTube now.
I know. That's what I'm worried about for this. I might just turn this off. But so I did the push-ups, and I did my ab roller. I did, I think, 10 of those only. But the curls were a little bit better today. I did 15 in each arm.
Ooh, look at you.
Yeah, the old guy, but I was breathing heavy after it was over. It was kind of funny. I need to start getting out, wrapping my foot, probably my leg, because of injury and everything. Maybe take a walk, a longer distance than just walking over to the Trinity or something like that.
Maybe walk to what, Wisconsin and back?
Yeah,
that'd be a mile.
It's a mile.
That'd be
there. It's a mile.
That'd be 2 miles back.
You're right, 2 miles.
You could
round
walk.
trip.
It's the stop sign by the old JROTC building, and back is a mile to our house. Correct?
No, that's a half a mile.
Yeah, and back is a mile.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Because you got to get back somehow, right?
It's-
You're not going to just sit there.
Well, I might just sit there till somebody comes to pick me up. Yeah, that's a mile. And then, like you said, all the way to Wisconsin's and 1 mile. So
I took the dog for a walk today, so that was my exercise.
You were gone a long time.
They're gone for about an hour.
Yeah.
Walked him downtown to the park. Nobody was out, so took him off his leash and played fetch with him for a little bit. And walked back.
And you know, it made a big difference because he hasn't been as jumpy and runny ever since he got back.
No, he's been pretty calm. Even now, he's just laying on the deck with us.
Right. Last few times he's been trying to crawl up on the couch.
And it's so funny because I'll take him to wherever I take him off his leash, walk around, play fetch, and then he'll just stop chasing the ball. It starts with me throwing it, he grabs it, lets it down, and comes trotting back to me. And then I'll play fetch with myself, grab the ball, throw it again, and he'll just look at me.
Right. Yeah, like, I'm done.
Okay. And I put him back on his leash, and then he gets energy again. I don't understand it.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he's trying to let you know he's just taking a break. Could be.
I don't know.
But that's about the only exercise I did. I did go to the dollar store today with your mother.
How's that?
You know, we tried to keep our 6 feet distance with everybody. Everybody was pretty good about that. And we picked up some Easter things.
Some Easter?
Yeah.
Some Easter things.
Easter things, eggs, paints, some gifts for some friends of ours, you know. So it's, you know, Easter has changed since you guys have grown up. It's not the same anymore.
I would say so.
But your mother is the eternal child and loves the holidays, which is good. Keeps me young.
You're both children.
Children of the world. Just an old child. So,
yeah.
Right now, listen, I was looking online for a lot of things today, thinking about what we wanted to talk about, and sports came up.
Okay.
And one of the things I was thinking about is how are they going to restart that? If you're talking the different sports and hockey
beginning
and
of seasons.
Beginning of season.
Because basketball was already in season.
Right.
So was hockey.
Yes.
Hockey was in season. Spring training was going on.
Right.
And then free agency for football. So their season was done.
Well, we're looking at obviously the games were supposed to start baseball the 27th or 28th of March.
Mm-hmm.
First games. But now, how long do you think this thing's going to last? This crisis virus,
A long time.
COVID-19.
I think it's gonna as hopeful as we are. I think it's going to. This whole quarantine thing is going to last a little longer than we think.
Okay.
Because it's just not going away right now. People are still going outside.
Like us, yeah.
I mean, no, but we're outside. That's, you know what I mean.
No. I was talking about your mother and I. But
no, still though, you guys stayed away from people.
Right. Yeah,
it's not like you were going into stores and going places and visiting people.
Okay, so when do you think we'll start? Maybe when can we restart baseball?
It's April 1st today.
Yes.
You people will be watching this on April 2nd, hopefully.
Hopefully.
I want to end June, mid-June.
I think mid-June. Huh?
I think a couple more months.
So June, July, August, September, October, maybe to get most of the games in, and then play the playoffs and World Series in the South somewhere, right? We talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
How many games do you think they should throw together? I mean,
regular season is how many?
Usually 161, I think.
161.
Mm-hmm. 162. I'm sorry, 162.
What if they do more double headers?
It's been talked about, yeah.
And do 7-inning games.
And I've seen that kind of
like a spring, like instead of spring training, just start the season. And
so if they, when would you want to start the season? At the end of July or end of June?
I would say mid to end June.
Okay, let's say end June.
End June. And I don't know. I think they would have to have, I don't know all the rules and things about bringing people up and down from minor league.
Right.
But they might have to lax those a little bit.
Yeah, extend the rosters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to be able for managers and teams to really get a grip on who they want on the roster.
And a bunch of double headers like you suggested.
Yeah.
Wear on.
You don't want to have too many to wear down the players to an extreme amount.
Right.
But I think you'd have to have 2 or 3 a week.
The double headers?
Yeah.
I agree with that, but I just want to go back a little bit. I don't agree with the 7-inning games. I think they should
No?
still be 9 innings. That's up to, but then again, that's baseball starting to think about that. They're thinking about going to 7-inning games.
And not forever, just until things cool down and you can start the regular season again, or like start playing regular. Yeah.
Right. So if they could start it up at the end of June, 1st of July, let's say, and they go through July, August, September, October, and then use November, December for the playoffs.
That's 6 months of baseball still.
Yeah, it is. But they'd have to go through December, hopefully not to Christmas. the Lord's
Honestly, they might
birthday.
have to. They might have to go early January for the World Series.
I wouldn't.
Can you imagine a Christmas baseball game? That'd be beautiful.
Oh, that's just.
Oh,
Well, the
man.
basketball's
I don't
got
give a
Christmas
shit about
Day.
basketball. Nobody watches that except for diehard fans.
That's true. I don't watch it either. you know.
I'm not a big basketball guy. I like watching college more than I like watching the NBA.
I do too.
I think I'm going to catch a lot of heat for this
Mhm.
from a lot of basketball fans, but I think the NBA is just a big show. I don't think the NBA is rigged or anything like that, but I think players are so caught up in what they're wearing to pregame, like interviews and this and that. And I think that other sports, football even, they get there in their uniforms and stuff, but like I just feel like there's a lot of drama in the NBA.
There, yeah,
All the
maybe.
time.
I don't know.
A lot more than other sports.
If-
I don't know why that is, but
If I followed it, I might either disagree or agree, but I don't follow. Even when I'm reading the newspaper, I kind of just gloss over.
and if
the
anybody
basketball.
has an opinion on that against mine, please comment or say something,
well,
because we're not the most versed in the NBA here.
no. But now let's think about it. So baseball goes through December. Basketball starts up, tries to finish the season.
How far into the season is basketball right now?
They did the All-Star game, so they went past that. I think.
So All-Star games are usually mid-season,
That's
right?
what I'm saying. So, and they went a few weeks, month maybe after that. They didn't have much more of the season left. But then now you're thinking baseball, basketball, and football, and February whatever is going to be the Super Bowl. So you're talking a lot of sports.
Football,
at the
I
same
don't
time.
think there's any way for football to accelerate the game to keep it on pace at all with games like that once a week.
No,
No, unless you want. Do you think an NFL team could play 2 games in 1 week?
I do, because they do Thursday from Sunday to Thursday, then they're off a long time. But I think they could still play the same amount of games if the football world starts regular when they usually start. When they usually
You
start,
think they could do that?
I think they can. They're planning on it, from what I read. They're planning on starting the season, end of August, beginning of September.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that could work. And then hockey usually starts around the same time as basketball.
Right. Hockey is. I'm even less interested in hockey than basketball.
Oh, I
so
like watching hockey. It's violent.
it's-
There's less fights in basketball anymore.
I love playing the game of basketball,
Me
but it's
too.
hard for me to watch it.
Yeah,
It's especially toward the end of the game when you foul, shoot free throws, foul, shoot free throws
it's very slow. I mean, okay, I get
at the end.
baseball's slow too, but I don't think there's not many people who grow into watching baseball. It's, oh, my dad liked baseball. I grew up watching baseball. I grew up playing baseball. That's why I like watching baseball.
Right.
It's not, I started getting into fantasy around my 20s and 25, 30
The
and so-
fantasy baseball and
or
things
stuff like that. Yeah. I even there's a kid I work with at Indiana Beverage whose dad played in the show, and I don't know how it came up, but he said I kind of understand why my dad doesn't like watching baseball now. Like, what are you talking about? He goes, 14 years in the majors. I was like, what? I was like, no, that doesn't make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'd still like to watch baseball,
Right. Well,
but I guess
to each
everybody.
his own. Yeah.
Mhm.
What are you gonna do about it? So we'll see. We're this is what, April 1st. We're talking end of
It
June.
is April 1st.
Basically, our predictions end of June for baseball. And football going off on the same stage, their own.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what they're going to do with basketball and hockey, though, man. I have no idea. So, but most of the stuff that I've been looking at is not necessarily that. I've been looking at the stuff for the kids graduating
Yeah.
still. I know I've mentioned this before, but I know the seniors want to graduate. So There's a lot of stuff out there, a lot of stuff that's got to be resolved. I mean, what was it? Perry, former governor, former energy secretary in the Trump administration, said that if we don't get a handle on this oil prices, that they're dropping the price of the barrel of oil. That's why gas is so weak. Russia and Saudi Arabia. He said our country is just it's gonna explode, not for the good, but for the bad.
Think so? Just because of oil prices?
Well, it's the oil. They can't. Nobody's traveling very much. The planes aren't going
What
much.
if we stopped importing oil and just used our own?
That's a good idea. I think that's a hell of a good idea. Don't import, just use ours. I think we could sustain that for a while.
For a while, at least.
I do. That's a good point. I really think they could.
Because
sustain
how much oil do we make in this country? Like,
I don't have those figures.
Because it's Texas is big, right? On
Texas
oil?
is big. Pennsylvania's got a little bit. Arizona. The biggest ones are off in the Gulf, in the water. Alaska, holy shit, they got a ton.
See,
there.
I feel like we could do that, and as nice as it is to have cheap gas for a behemoth vehicle boat I drive.
Yeah, that is a gas.
I mean,
guzzler.
I guess it would boost the economy if it went back up, right?
Yeah,
Is that how that works?
something like that.
Don't quote me.
Gas today, April 1st, I saw $1.67. I saw $1.75.
You think it'll? I saw in the 40s or 50s.
I saw 40s, but it was with a car wash.
Oh,
You get a car wash for $1.47. If not, it's $1.63 or something.
think
like
it'll
that.
get down below $1?
Yes,
Before this.
Before this is all over, I think, and that's what's going to really hurt the oil industry, the energy industry. But I think you're going to find a few places like the gas stations that save, and not the name brand kind of things. But I think it's going to get below, maybe for a week or two. It's going to hover around that kind of thing. That's what I'm thinking about within the next, month or so. We'll see, though. We'll see. And it's great. I always thought that gas should never be above $1.50, $1.75. They're just, they were raping the people, like,
Let's not
jacking
use that
price. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, but they had the price of a barrel of oil around $150, $140. So,
Yeah.
we'll see how it all turns out.
My beer's frozen.
Your beer is frozen. We're drinking. See, we're partaking in adult beverages right now. I'm just having a little bit of wine. My son's drinking a frozen beer.
I bet most people that know you,
Mm-hmm.
they watch this and see you drinking that.
Mm-hmm.
I bet 9 times out of 10 they would have thought you were drinking
Scotch?
scotch.
Yeah, one of my younger days, I was a big Scotch drinker. I still love it.
One of my favorite stories to tell
Mm.
is when you came to help me move in my final senior year.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Brothers quite a few times. This man drank all the scotch in that bar.
Who did?
You did.
I did.
You did.
Mm.
Granted, I think there was only a bottle and a half of Dewar's. Was that
Yes,
it then?
I was drinking Dewar's, yes.
But over the course of 3 or 4 days,
I didn't have any more.
nope.
What did they have to pull out?
Blue
Label, right?
Blue Label. And my friend who was bartending goes, well, we have got Blue Label. You go, okay, how much is a shot of that? She goes, oh, let me check. Comes back. Perky face. She goes, $40. He goes,
$40.
nope. You got Jameson? I'll take some Jameson.
Oh, my
I'll take
goodness.
that. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
And that was Jameson from my brother, Larry Jizwicki. He loves Jameson. But yeah, I couldn't believe that for a shot it would cost that much. Jesus criminy.
I remember I was working one day and somebody broke a bottle.
Of that?
I don't know if it was that, but it
Oh.
was one of the more top shelf liquors we had.
Had to pay for it. Oh,
Right
my
out of her
goodness.
paycheck.
Oh my goodness. Took it right out of the paycheck.
Or her
Flynn.
tips, one of the two.
Yeah. Got their money back for
But
that.
that's insane. So that's probably close to $100 bottle of scotch,
Right.
and a bar can probably make $400 or $500 on that.
Yeah, easily.
Isn't that insane?
it's a ripoff. I mean, you go to the bars and everything, and they buy a bottle of Wild Turkey or Dewar's, and they pay $18, $22, and then charge $3 a shot. That's a big business. That's why the bars and restaurants are really hurting, because I think more than because of food, but because of the alcohol served and the markup there is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy, but it's essential.
Yeah, it is. It is to get by. This is the first glass of wine I've had in a few weeks, I think.
This is the first beer I've had in about a week.
Yeah, and I think it's just because we're sitting outside and relaxing. The sun is good. It's warm on our faces. Yeah. And it's a good atmosphere right now to have a cocktail or two. So now we talk about the coronavirus thing.
We do.
We talk about it a lot, but there are a lot of people talking. You turn on the news, and all you see is coronavirus.
Well, I mean, the news does current events, and that is what is the only current event right now.
That is
people
true.
Are worried.
People are worried.
Rightly so.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gotten worse than any normal, not medical field person thought it was going to get.
I agree. They didn't think it was going to be this bad, regardless.
He's got your shoes.
Flinleg's picking up my shoes, and he doesn't do it to chew on them.
He does it for attention.
He does it for attention, so you mess with him, play with him. But anyway, talking about current events, I had a former cadet of mine. Gosh darn it, I wish I remembered her married name, but Mariah Bolvin. When she was in school, I used to do these current events quizzes, and the kids used. Yeah, go ahead on, Flynn. So I used to do that, and she watches our podcast, and she says, for sure, you should really do the current events quiz. I think people will be interested. And I brought some questions. I thought, but honestly, I don't do very well on them myself, and I have to at least. There's 10 questions. It's think you're so smart current events quiz, and I got only 60% today.
So every time you do this for your class, you do it once a week?
I do it once a week on Mondays.
So prior to giving it to your students, you always take it yourself, right?
Yes, always.
And you tell yourself you have to get at least half of them right to give it to the kids.
I have to get at least 50%, 5 out of 10, and then I make up other questions from the local newspapers.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you took this one. You have
this one. And we're not going to talk about all of them because you already answered 2 of the questions correctly.
Yes, and I did it correctly, and I didn't have any idea which ones they were.
Right. We talked about doing this.
So let's give them those questions anyway.
You want to give them that?
Yeah. What was the first one you asked me?
Oh, the first one I asked you?
Yep.
Holy moly. It was, what state became the 22nd state to abolish the death penalty?
What were the options?
California, Oregon, Colorado, or Nevada?
Colorado.
That is correct. You got that one right. And then the next one that I threw at him, but I didn't think he'd get it right. The Tony Award-winning playwright, who is he, died of complications from COVID-19 at age 81. First is David Mamet. Second is Neil Simon. Third is Tom Stoppard. And the fourth one, or D, is Terrence McNally.
Terrence McNally.
And he got that right.
See, the first one,
I couldn't have done that.
I had a little bit of a thought process to it. I got rid of the West Coast because those states are too new. So why would they get rid of the death penalty that early? I don't know when they did it, but whatever. And then I just guessed between Nevada and is it Nevada or Nevada?
Nevada. I don't know. I think you'd have to go to Nevada to find out if it was Nevada.
Anyway, and then I just chose Colorado. And the last one I just guessed.
I was shocked. What? How'd you know that?
So right now I'm 2 for 2.
All right, so here we go. We're gonna do this regardless. Mariah, I blame you. All right. What country recently passed China and Italy as the country with the most confirmed cases of the COVID-19?
Oh, that's the United States.
I don't need to give you any. Okay, you're right. Number 2. You'll never get this.
That's what you said about the other ones.
Okay. United Nations Secretary General. Who is he?
I need some options here.
A is Ban Ki-moon. B is Antonio Guterres. C is Javier Perez de Cuellar. And D is Kofi Annan.
B.
Yes, it is B.
4
Holy
for 4,
shit. Antonio Guterres is the, oh my God, UN Secretary General. I think you're cheating somehow. I mean, I put these
How?
off. I don't know. I think it's
I
because
don't read the news.
that is very true. All right. Here's the third one on this list. Congress, your Congress and mine, passed $1 trillion
Can you
coronavirus
read, sir?
stimulus bill to help households and companies. How much was the stimulus bill? A, 2.2 trillion, B, 3.4 trillion, C, 4.2 trillion, or D, 5.1 trillion.
What were the first two?
A was 2.2 trillion and B was 3.4 trillion.
A.
You're right.
Man,
You are.
I'm so good.
I'm going to have to find a
I'm
fabulous
5
prize
for
for you.
5.
I'm going to have to find a fabulous prize. I'm going to have to get into the school. I'll have to break in because they don't want us there to get the prize. All right. Number 4, President Trump.
Uh-huh.
He extended guidelines for social distancing until what date? So Trump has extended guidelines for social distancing until A, April 15th, B, April 30th, C, May 15th, or D, May 30th. A, the 15th of April, B, the 30th of April.
April 30th.
You are right. I'm quitting. All right, we got to get this out of here.
So I'm 6 for 6.
You are 6 for 6.
God.
Unbelievable.
This is how I pass class.
Jeez,
Guessing.
luck.
Guessing.
I can't read.
Can't see her, but my mother's standing there in disbelief right now.
I can't read the first one, but it's it's talking. All right, where should I go next? I did that one. Did that? All right, here's this one. The
Okay.
International Olympic Committee.
Oh, of course. The IOC. Yeah.
Very good. It has nothing to do with this, but that's good. Announced the Tokyo Summer Games are going to be rescheduled for what date? What date are they going to move the Olympics to in Japan? A, the spring of 2021. B, the summer of 2021. C, the spring of 2022. Or D, the summer of 2022.
This year was the Summer Olympics.
Yes. A,
So I'm gonna take out 2021.
the spring.
Both of them.
Okay.
I think it's going to be. It's either spring or summer.
Yes. You should rethink what you're going to do.
He's helping me. He wants to see me get them all right.
I do that.
I
with
think
my
it's
kids,
summer
too.
2021.
It is summer of 2021. There you go. Good job. All right. Here's the. Well, how many is that right for you?
I got the first two you gave me earlier right,
Right.
and then I got all those right.
5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and I can't ask you the one because it didn't print out for me. All right. Here's the last one.
Okay.
The Duke and Duchess. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
Of Sussex?
Recently.
You're such a Sussex.
They're from Great Britain. Recently relocated from Canada to Meghan Markle's hometown.
Mm.
So the Duke and Duchess, Meghan and Harry, moved to Meghan Markle's hometown. What is her hometown? A, Chicago. B, New York City. C, Los Angeles. Or D, San Francisco. There are no forgiveness on this one. There's no forgiveness.
Okay.
A, Chicago. B,
She's a
New
city
York.
girl,
She is a city girl.
but she seems like a coast city girl.
Okay, good.
So she's either,
They're all.
and I don't think she doesn't seem like she's from San Fran.
Mhm.
So it's either L.A. or New York.
It could be one of those two.
Oh, if I would have just paid a little bit more attention to the news a few months ago, I would have known this.
Yes, you would.
Um,
I got him right now. Watch.
New York.
Right, I got him. It was L.A.
No, I was gonna say L.A. Oh,
Yeah, buddy. So
damn.
that was not bad.
8 for
out of
9.
Holy shit cakes, Batman.
Now make up another one for the 10th.
Make up another one.
I
for
need to
the
get a
10th.
90%.
You think?
Don't make it easy. Or
All
don't
right.
make it too hard. I don't know.
My birthday is it April 1st today, April 2nd tomorrow, April 24th or April
24th.
28th. Oh, there you go. April 24th is the 61st birthday of the old guy. Very good. So you got 9 out of 10. I couldn't
Gave
think
me
of a
a
good
softball question.
I did give you a softball because you littered this thing. Just shit all over it. You were so good at all this crap. So anyway, that's
Thank you.
basically Mariah. Thank you for the advice. It was kind of fun doing that. So right now, because of all the coronavirus questions, I mean, the first 6 were coronavirus.
Yeah.
Today, your president and mine, Donald J. Trump, threatened on
Threaten someone?
Twitter. So he probably didn't put this out to anybody else, that if Iran messed with any American bases or soldiers in Iraq, he would kick their ass. He would put unenviable bitchin' nukes on them. No, he didn't say nukes, but so my whole point of bringing this up, that he got on Twitter in all caps and threatened Iran. I remember the saying from Theodore Roosevelt, president. He said, walk softly and carry a big stick. So in my mind, I know that Theodore Roosevelt didn't do that very often, but he did say that.
I don't think Trump knows how to walk softly. I think, if anything, he's got flat feet.
So he pounds around real good.
There's nothing silent about this man.
No,
There's nothing silent.
but
It's hard.
that's not bad. That's
I
not
know.
bad.
You're supposed to have faith in every president, good or bad.
This is true. Right.
And it's really hard right now.
I know
really
it is.
hard.
I know it is.
I don't want to get into it.
Well, listen, I didn't agree with everything Barack Obama.
We should probably wrap
Did?
this up soon too.
Okay, but Barack, honestly, I supported him. I wanted him to be successful.
And I think every American should. If your candidate
except
loses,
for Rachel Maddow.
if your candidate loses,
Mhm.
you're done. I'm sorry.
You
You're
got to
done.
support the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should all rally around regardless. But
Even-
he's
no matter how much he sucks or has just been an idiot,
mhm.
you gotta hope that somehow he's gonna do something good. At this point, you're just hoping for one thing he does good in his term, right? Just one.
Something like that.
Even if it's just getting off Twitter for a month, throwing away your phone, stopping to talk.
Mhm.
I don't know.
All right.
All right.
We can
Well,
pick this up.
we'll pick this up tomorrow.
All right.
All right.
This is a good day.
It is a good day.
The sun went down, so it's getting a little bit cooler out.
Yeah.
Time to go in.
All right. See you guys later.
Adios.